Welcome back to DQP Does, the Drafty Quarters Podcast Network movie review show where we do not get super fucked up and try to jump out of windows or off of balconies on huge hotels in LA.
Are we not supposed to do that?
No.
I don't know if you've ever been to LA, but it makes you want to kill yourself.
You ever had the fucking tacos in LA?
An LA.
I fucking love LA tacos.
You haven't tried to kill yourself, so you tried to kill yourself in
LA. God damn it.
I just ordered
People
pizza
think we're
actually,
funny.
so
Yay, pizza.
it's still bacon.
It's bacon. Okay. Baking, not bacon.
no,
like
I mean, I hope both.
BACON.
Only bacon.
Hey, Joel started it at 6:17, so let's do this.
All right, Joel. Get
You're
it done.
on the fucking clock, Joel.
You're on the fucking clock. We watched Lethal Weapon this week.
Fuck yeah, we did.
We
I
are
was so happy.
continuing our Christmas movie marathon.
Oh yeah, best Christmas movie ever.
Yeah, I'll agree. I'll disagree with that, but so again, we've got Mel Gibson as Martin Riggs, Danny Glover as Roger Murtaugh, Gary Busey as Mr. Joshua, Mitchell Ryan. They said his name in the movie, but like this just says the general. He's gonna save some time. Something I can't remember what the jingle for the general is. You know what I'm talking about?
Go to the general and save some time.
Was that it?
For the best car insurance rates online,
There you go.
go to the general and save some time.
Yeah, we are not sponsored by the General or Mitchell Ryan. Tom Atkins as Michael Hunsaker. They said that his name like 14 different ways in the movie. It was like Hunsaker, and then it was like Hunsaker and Hunsaker and Hunsaker, and I don't know. Darlene Love as Trish Murtaugh. Tracy Wolf as Rianne Murtaugh. Let's see. Oh, Jackie Swanson as Amanda Hunsaker. Oh, we had a theory. We didn't even look her up, but we had a theory that she had aged poorly, but from this picture it does not appear that way.
Only that woman that was in Top Gun.
Just the one that was in Top Gun.
Looks like Tom Cruise's grandma.
Yeah. Let's see. Ebony Smith was Carrie Murtaugh. Where's the captain? This is already like doing like drug dealer number 1 and 2.
Well, let's okay, so Sam the dog was in it,
Yeah.
and what was the cat's name? Burbank.
Burbank, yeah.
Burbank the cat was in it.
Mary Ellen Trainor was the psychologist. She doesn't have a name yet, but she will.
Yeah, because she's like a staple.
Yeah.
And like the whole thing.
Yeah, like all 4 movies, right?
Yes.
Steve Cahan was Captain Ed Murphy. That's the one I was looking for. And then there's tons and tons of random character actors and stunt guys that played bad guys in every fucking 80s and 90s action flick.
Oh, you mean the guy that they were a little racist on?
Yeah.
Mr. Shockey?
Yeah. I can never remember that dude's name.
No.
Oh, I told you Sven-Ole Thorson was in this. He's random mercenary.
So basically, you take all the bad guys from this and you throw them in like Die Hard.
Yeah.
And then you add, what's his face?
Oh, Al Long was Endo.
Alan Rickman.
Al Long, or Leong. He's the one that's most definitely in Die Hard.
Dude, yeah. That's what they did. Half those guys have worked with Steven Seagal 3 times.
Yeah. I'm sure
No
Al has worked with literally fucking everyone.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Because they were like, hey, we need a random Chinese looking guy to be a bad guy.
Guys, the order's in the oven.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So they just were like, hey, you can do stunts, right? Yeah. Can you do like a really racist accent if we give you any lines? Yes.
So,
Go
do you want to do a
rundown.
rundown of the movie? Or do you want to just like...
I mean, we can do a quick one, right?
Dude, I got this.
Okay.
Right? So, The movie starts off with a half-dressed woman that's high on heroin, hanging out on a balcony, looking through the city, and decides that she can fly. Hey, she can't.
Nope.
Thanks, Lincoln Continental. You now have a dent in your roof. Poor Amanda is dead.
Yes.
The next scene, we got Danny Glover, bearded Danny Glover,
Yeah.
looking roughly bearded too.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can relate right now. Sitting in his bathtub because he's close to retirement at the age of 50.
Yes.
Okay, Danny Glover 46 during this movie. Mel Gibson 36, 10-year difference, but like let's
Playing
continue.
a larger gap.
Yes. Okay, so they all come in while he's in the bath. Weird,
Yes. Super
but
weird.
you know, whatever. Families are close.
I guess.
So they're all excited he's going to retire, and he decides to shave, and then we get traditional mustachioed
Yes.
Danny Glover. Oh, I love it.
Pre-dentures Danny Glover too.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so he's like, I'm too old for this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he didn't say it right then, but like the first one got me.
Yeah.
So he's on his way to work, but then we cut to Mel Gibson, Martin Riggs.
Yeah.
He's at a Christmas tree dealer who's a real dealer.
Yeah.
Selling some cocaine, heroin.
I think
I don't know.
They're
It's
selling
white
coke.
powder
they're selling
that you
coke.
try,
Yeah.
but you don't snort it. You taste it. I don't know what it tastes like. Alka-Seltzer, I assume. So he's like, I want to buy this, and they're like, oh, yeah, well, we want 100 for it, and they weren't specific.
No, they weren't.
And he's like, I got $100, and he starts counting it out. He gets to like $93, and they're like, whoa, 100,000. He's like, what? He's like, how about I just take it? I'm a cop. And they're like, what? And then shootout, and then he pulls out his Beretta. Hence why I bought my Beretta, because goddamn Martin Riggs, which showed up this week, so it was nice.
Yeah, coincidental.
Great day. So, he's like, he's like the crazy cop. Like, we don't know what he's going to do. And he wants him to shoot him because, he wants the bad guy to shoot him. And the bad guy doesn't shoot him because he's fucking crazy.
Yeah. Weirded him out.
And he was in, what was it? Drugs? What was the precinct or the division? Vice. Yeah.
Or
Narcotics.
Narcos. Yeah.
He was in, yeah. Okay. So, anyways, he's going to be Danny Glover's new partner, and Danny
Homicide.
Glover don't know this, and Homicide, and then Danny Glover sees a guy that just pulls out his gun, and he's like, gun, and then they have like a thing, but Martin Riggs like pulls his gun on him after he gets him on the ground, and I'm like, that can't happen in a police station.
Yeah, that was a weird thing.
It's
I
the
don't know why
fucking
he's
80s.
Yeah.
I don't know why he's pulling his gun out. Like,
He's just like had it out to look at it because he's just
Yeah.
fucking crazy.
Well, I
and
mean, he
weird.
has a fucking Beretta, guys. You've seen mine. You understand.
Yeah, you
So-
just got to play with it.
Yeah.
Don't play with guns, kids.
No, it's completely unsafe, but whatever. It's a fucking 80s movie, and it's a
Yes.
buddy cop, so just fucking follow along, okay? Fuck. So anyways, we get to the point where they're like talking, and they're walking out to the car, and Danny Glover don't trust this renegade, and this renegade don't care what Danny Glover thinks, because he doesn't fucking care if he lives or dies. And they have that infamous scene where he's like, God hates me, and Riggs goes, do what I do and hate him back. And he's
Yeah.
taking a puff of his fucking Marlboro Red, and there's smoke, and it's a fucking 80s movie, guys.
Yes.
Okay. So off we go to stop some bad guys, and we got a guy that's going to jump off a building, and Martin goes, and he's like, no, you ain't jumping off this building without me. Handcuffed, jumps off. Boom, saves that guy's life. What a cop. But then Danny Glover soon, very surely finds out that he ain't playing about being suicidal. If you want to know more, watch the movie. So we continue. Danny Glover gets a call about oh, sorry, it was not about the pizza though. About Hunsecker's daughter. He needs help, and surely Danny Glover's got to do this because they were in Nam, because it's the 80s.
Yeah, it's the
and that's
non-buddies.
every background story for every fucking character
Yep.
and a fucking cop. detective, any fucking story, we got to go back to Vietnam.
Yep.
Can't do that anymore unless it's a retirement home story. So moving forward, we find out that Hunsacker's daughter died because of this heroin, and they got to find out who did it. But the bad guys, well, they attack the cops while they're at Hunsacker's house. They kill Hunsacker. They shoot at Riggs, and Riggs with his Beretta, he's going to take down a fucking helicopter. No
He
kids.
tried.
No.
He fucking tried.
Yeah, you can try all day. Doesn't fucking work. All right, so. Oh. I had a Domino's alert. Psh. They're quality checking that shit, guys. I'm so excited.
Soon.
Yeah. Good job, Joel. So anyways, the bad guys are on to these cops because they know Hunsacker told them something. But they don't know shit, okay? And really, like, you kind of know what's going on, but you don't have the full story yet. So as we move further, the bad guys, they're going to go after the cops because the cops, they're checking things out, asking people on the street, and shotgun to the chest, old Riggs goes through a window while he's trying to talk to some ladies of the night, try to get some story. Not for that, okay? Although we don't know, it could have been. They think Riggs is dead. Well, and then they kidnap Murtaugh's daughter, and we got to save her. And then Murtaugh and Riggs are like, we got to do this, and they run off to go save his daughter in the middle of a dry lake desert.
Yeah, some desert. I don't know where.
Riggs just starts picking people off left and right, but leader of the Shadow Company, he's got Riggs's number.
Yep. So
you got Murtaugh's daughter, Murtaugh, Riggs, all captured. The daughter's not being tortured. She's just wearing... She's scantily clad, we'll put it that way.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Like
but still
Daisy Dukes
respectfully.
and one of those like wispy shirts.
Yeah. Like a cami, I think.
Yeah, sure. I don't know.
Oh, no, I know. I have a kid.
Yeah.
So anyways...
I was deferring. I was like,
thanks,
sure.
pal. So you got Riggs getting shocked by...
Endo.
And there's a little bit of racy comments there, but
yeah,
we keep moving along. And Murtaugh, he's just getting solidly punched in the fucking jaw.
Yeah, he's getting the shit beat out of him.
Well, no one can take that much torture without giving something up, but not Riggs. He can take all the beatings, and he ends up killing Endo with a choke with his feet.
Yep.
He's soaked, shirtless, ripped.
Yeah.
Running through
No
the
shoes.
bowels. No shoes. Well, dude, he doesn't. Like, I think he doesn't have shoes on in a couple of these movies. So he's
There's more
running
than one
through.
scene that he doesn't have shoes on in this.
Well, you want to talk about the opening scene?
No,
where
when
you
he
see just Mel
where
Gibson's
he's
ass?
just, no, when he jumps out of the pool, when the one guy shoots at them.
Oh yeah.
He like jumps out of the pool and he's in socks. Like you don't know where he took his.
He
boots
took his
off.
boots
Did
off.
he take his boots
yeah,
off?
he took
before
his
jumped
boots
in?
off before he jumped
Okay.
in there. Again, there's details. You got to watch the fucking movie.
Yeah.
I'm just giving you the basics. So, anyways, here comes Riggs. Fucking Enzo on his shoulders just dumps him right in the room where all the bad guys are. Shootout ensues.
Yep.
And then
Good guys win.
Yeah, good guys win. And there's a lot more that goes on because this is an awesome 80s cop movie. But the biggest scene of it all is, they kill everybody except Joshua, okay, because Busey's still on the loose. And he's going to Murtaugh's house, but there ain't nobody there.
I love the
And then
letter they
there's-
left.
Do what?
The letter.
I can't remember.
I'm not exactly sure 100% what it said, but it was something like there's no good guys here, only cops or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So it ends up with a watered up nighttime spotlight fight in Murtaugh's front yard. You got the champion Riggs taking on Mr. Joshua. Mr. Joshua doesn't get that title.
No.
No, Riggs wins. And then Mr. Joshua ends up taking a couple shots.
Yeah. With a triangle choke in the 80s, I just want to point out that we were introduced to some pretty interesting like MMA shit that people would not understand until like 2014
Yes.
in 1987 by a fucking buddy cop action movie.
So I don't want to take away anything from this, or I don't want to take away anything, you know, like as far as like how the movie goes,
Yeah.
because I want your guys' opinions. So,
Oh, you want me to go first on this? Just straight up opinion, Russell,
Yeah,
or you
sure.
want to do? This is a quintessential 80s action movie. I don't think there's anything wrong with this movie. It's really good. The pacing is fine. The action is good. There's nothing like that just sticks out horribly to me as like being stupid or unrealistic per se. I mean, like some of the like, it's an action movie, so when people get shot, they like fly around and shit. But if you don't like shoot guns, you don't know that's not how it works, you know. But there wasn't anything completely out of the realm of possibility, and you know, it's a lot of fun. There's a good amount of humor in the right places. The action is shot pretty well. The only part that isn't really shot well is the very beginning of the Joshua and Riggs fight. But like, there's just like a couple of quick cuts, and then it's fine after that. So, I mean, if there's one real fault to the movie, that was it. Like, and then like the generic background connection of some of the characters. But I mean, that's par for the course in these movies. And everything else was so far up and above everything,
yeah.
you know, in the general time, you know, I mean, it's got more depth to it than a lot of the Arnold movies from the 80s.
Yeah. Well, because you got great dialogue.
Yeah, you have good dialogue, and you have like better than one-liner quips and humor and stuff. You know, not that there's anything wrong with the fucking Arnold movies; those are still great. It's just they're like more mindless fun. They're a different kind of good, where this is a little bit
because it's
more
always Arnold versus
yeah,
everybody.
yeah. Like I said, there's nothing. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with those.
No,
this is just different, and I think better.
It's just like you want in your mind's eye. I know you're comparing it to Die Hard.
Yeah, but it's a totally different
they're
movie.
two different movies.
Yeah, you can't really compare them. The only thing that we can say is, you know, you say that this is your favorite Christmas movie, and I say that Die Hard is my favorite Christmas movie. That's really the only.
That's perfectly fine.
Yeah, and that's fine. I think this is an amazing action movie and a great buddy comedy and very humorous, and just like everything about it is great.
Yeah.
Russell, what do you think?
This movie sucks. No. This is my favorite buddy cop movie. Because I feel like that needs to be its own genre, kind of like with what you guys are saying. Like, you can't really compare it and Die Hard, because
yeah,
like Die Hard is a single location and one person, and
right.
This is more like an adventure and like a mystery. But yeah, so with them being, they're both action movies, but they're both drastically different movies. But like, this is really, I felt like this set the tone for what buddy cop movies became. Because before this, buddy cop movies were like more serious, like darker. It didn't have like the humor in it. I feel like Lethal Weapon was the one that kind of led the charge.
Or like pure comedy, right? Because when was like, no, I guess that was before. This was before Turner and Hooch.
Oh, yeah, I think Turner and Hooch was like 90s, right?
No, 89.
89.
When was the orangutan one?
Orangutan.
Yeah. Do you know what I'm talking about, Nathan?
Nope.
Wasn't that a baseball movie?
No. Hold on. Every Which Way But Loose. Clint Eastwood and an orangutan. 1978. Comedy action movie.
What the fuck? I didn't even know that was a movie. All right, so my previous statement had some hyperbole to it about Lethal Weapon leading the charge, changing the genre. So I'm just gonna retract that. But anyway, so
Well, I mean, it was like a better blend
yeah,
of the action, the seriousness, and the humor.
I think that's what makes the movie so great. Honestly, is like just because it's not consistently funny. It's consistently funny, but it still gets the tone right because it has all these dark undertones where like Riggs is fucking crazy or suicidal or whatever, and you're trying to follow that along.
The characters are dark. Like,
yeah,
you know, Murtaugh is struggling with his family and like his kids growing up and himself getting old and seeing his mortality, and like, you know, he works in fucking homicide, and his old fucking Vietnam buddy's daughter turned to pornography and drugs and was murdered because he's dealing drugs from Southeast Asia when his group of special forces left after Vietnam, and Riggs is like struggling with the death of his wife and like is suicidal. Like, it's a dark movie.
Yeah.
But then there's like all this humor in it.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't work, but they got the blend and the tone right.
Right. Yeah, not that to me is what makes it like such a great movie. And then it doesn't have any major issues. And typically action films now, like, I mean, you have some that stand out at the crowd, but usually when you're watching a newer action flick, it has so many fucking problems because all they cared about was how pretty the explosions looked.
Right. Yeah. And
They
there's
give a fuck about character development or the plot or
right. Edited by committee as well. So then you have like plot holes that weren't there with the original script and so on and so forth and shit like that.
Yeah. So just in general, like there's a lot about this movie that makes it great. One of my favorite scenes is after he jumps off the building and Murtaugh drags him into some other building. And,
like a closed store.
Yeah, like a closed store, and they start yelling at each other. And just fucking the look on Mel Gibson's face. Because, see, right then is when everyone should have known that Mel Gibson is actually fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Because you can act, but I don't think he's acting.
Yeah.
Dude, Mel Gibson in this whole movie.
Fucking aces.
Like, he sets it up. Like, just like the craziness that he brings to the character, but yet the sincerity of like what, you know, towards the end when you get to see the character development. Like, that is the best like character development ever. Like, I just love it so much.
When one of the good guys' characters is crazier than Gary Busey's character.
Whoa, time out. Gary Busey's a crazy motherfucker. Like,
yeah,
have you ever
no,
seen
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Outside of Hollywood, like, and his son also, I'm pretty sure, is just a clone of Gary Busey.
Yeah.
Yeah,
God,
just like
Wildcats. I always think of Wildcats whenever I think.
Yes. It was just such a, I don't know, like this movie for me is childhood. Like, I watched this movie repeatedly.
Yeah.
When I shouldn't have been watching it. I don't know if it had a rating or not. Probably.
Dude, TNT loved this movie.
Dude, it wasn't even that. I had it on VHS. Like the tape was obliterated by the time. I watched the shit out of this.
Just in like a couple spots though, right? Like it was like the tape stopped working.
The beginning.
Yeah, the beginning. When they're watching the video.
Yeah. But the tape might have got stretched. Anyways, like, it's just, I love this fucking movie.
Yeah.
And, you know, what defines a Christmas movie? Does it have to have Santa Claus in it?
No.
No, it just takes place during Christmas, fuckers.
Yeah.
It's a Christmas movie.
So, like, the beginning of this movie is a Christmas song.
Mm-hmm.
Christmas decorations in the apartment or hotel room or whatever that Amanda's in before she jumps. Like the opening scene with Riggs. He's in a Christmas tree sales lot. The characters say Merry Christmas to each other like 100 times. Like, it's a fucking Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I think it's more than just it takes place at Christmas time, though, because you have other elements where, like, the characters have to come together. Like, he invites Riggs to his house, and Riggs ends up spending Christmas with his family, and there's like a nice
to eat terrible
like,
turkey.
Yeah, there's like a nice sweet element to it. And you have that with other movies that we've called Christmas movies, like Die Hard. You know, it's about him trying to spend Christmas with his wife. Like,
Yeah.
it's not just
Trying to get his family back together because she went to California and is like starting, but we'll talk about that if we ever watch that.
Yeah. So it's a little bit more than just like takes place during Christmas, because if a movie just takes place during Christmas, I don't think it makes it a Christmas movie. I think it has to have some sort of like the plot has to be driven by like spending time with loved ones, because I mean that's ultimately
Yeah,
what the
but I mean
holidays are
the
about.
setting of the movie is important.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, you're not going to call a movie that is about those things that doesn't take place during Christmas a Christmas movie. If it takes place over the summer, but it's about people getting together and being nice to each other and like trying to get their family together, it's not a
Right.
Christmas movie.
That's a 4th of July movie.
Because it doesn't take place during Christmas.
Right, but if
That's
a
my
movie-
argument against when
Yeah.
people are like, well, it just takes place during Christmas. That doesn't make it a Christmas movie. Like,
Right.
well, that's not the only thing that makes it a Christmas movie, but shut the fuck up.
Yeah. So, to your point, you know, it's all about the getting to the time where the family spends time together, and family can mean friends too.
Right.
And that's what this movie does at the end.
Right.
So it did it before Die Hard. Let that sink in. Die Hard, still a Christmas movie. Lethal Weapon, Christmas movie.
Yeah. They're both Christmas movies.
I think it's funny that Die Hard is the argument instead of Lethal Weapon.
But and you just made the argument, like Lethal
No.
Weapon. I'm not saying they did it better, and I'm not necessarily pointing out that they did it first. I'm just saying, like, you showed an arc
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
it completed.
Right.
Die Hard also completes that arc.
Right.
Yeah.
Suck it, Zach.
I think I think the reason that people don't argue about Lethal Weapon is because a lot of people don't talk about Lethal Weapon being a Christmas movie.
I mean, yeah, maybe.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
But it definitely is. 100%
We're
is a
back.
Christmas movie.
Starting it.
Whatever.
Yeah.
It's a fucking Christmas movie. That's all
Started
that matters.
here, guys. Yeah, you're welcome.
So you guys want to do ratings?
Yes.
Okay. Now I want to talk about something because I randomly looked at this. I'm gonna read two short reviews from Metacritic from when the movie came out. So the Metacritic score is 68, which I thought that was really low.
Out of
100.
okay.
But that's because there is a complete breadth of fucking scores from 100 to 12. So I'm going to read the 100 and then I'm going to read the 12. Ironically, they're both from Chicago publications. The 100 score is from Roger Ebert at the Chicago Sun-Times. In a movie with the energy of this one, we're exhilarated by the sheer freedom of movement. The violence becomes surrealistic and less important than the movie's underlying energy level. That's just an excerpt, I think, but I mean, he was into it.
Yeah.
And then this other person, they aren't credited, but it's from the Chicago Tribune. The melodramatic clumsiness of the script and, in one scene, its gratuitous endorsement of marijuana betrays the youth of its writer, recent UCLA graduate Shane Black, and veteran director Richard Donner, whose credits include another cartoon movie, can't seem to thread scenes together in any meaningful way. Wow.
Jeez.
Holy shit, they hated this movie.
Yeah.
But fuck that person, because
And
they're wrong.
Yeah, I was going to say, and they're fucking wrong. Like, the scenes flow great.
Yeah, and I don't understand where they're getting the, like, idol, or what exactly did they say?
Well, the marijuana.
Gratuitous endorsement of marijuana.
It's,
I know what part they're talking about.
Yeah, where
but
his daughter,
gratuitous endorsement.
I thought that scene was greatly done.
Yeah.
Because she comes out and, you know, she says, well, I can have a beer at home, but I can't smoke a joint, or whatever she says. And
Yeah.
and they start talking about, like, well, you know, one's illegal and one's not. And like, it's okay to do the legal thing. And which, like,
even though she's underage.
yeah, she's underage, so it's actually illegal for her to be drinking too. But whatever. But the point of that scene was very clearly to indicate that, you know, these guys are cops.
Right.
There is a law that they uphold, but they do disagree with it.
Yeah.
They're also not supposed to kill people, and then that's all they do the whole movie. So,
well, I mean, Roger tries not to in the first, like, half hour or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just thought that was interesting, the breadth of those scores. There's a bunch of them if you're interested in reading some reviews from the 80s. And like, I thought it was interesting that they were like, fucking marijuana's evil.
Yeah.
in a movie review.
Yeah. Continuing that propaganda line.
Oh my God. But yeah, okay, so I'm going to rate this movie now. And I am going to give it a 9.5.
Nice.
Because this movie is dope. And if you guys haven't seen it, then you need to see it. Because it is one of the best Christmas movies. It's in my top 3 Christmas movies.
Lethal Weapon, Die Hard, and Gremlins.
No, Fat Man.
Oh yeah, Fat Man. We watched that.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it's just that good. I think it's fucking great.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like a thinker or anything, but it's a hell of a lot of fun, and there's nothing wrong with it.
I mean, there's a lot to think about.
There is some stuff to think about, but you don't have to think about it to enjoy the movie.
You can mindlessly enjoy this movie.
Yes.
Or you can, like, with great depth, enjoy this movie.
Yes.
And that's
it makes it even better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this movie's for everyone, except for
kids, people that you don't want to, like, don't watch it with your parents, maybe, unless you're comfortable with watching movies with nudity with your parents.
Yeah, or cover your eyes. That's what I was always told. There's boobies on screen. Cover your eyes.
Fuck that.
How did things get over sexualized? So anyway, yeah. Well, more so, like, I was thinking, like, if you're like, that thing you shouldn't see, then you, like, want to see the thing more.
Yeah.
So then it becomes an abnormal thing, and then abnormal things typically get sexualized regardless of what they are.
Fetishized.
By some people, yeah, fetishized. So, no, this movie's great. Like, I don't, the only bad thing I have to say is kind of what you covered with the camera work during the fight. That was awful. But a lot of,
it's just for like a second.
A lot of older movies do that.
Yeah.
And it tricked me too, because I was like, oh shit, did they have, like, not a fight choreographer? And then it goes into, like, actual camera work for the fight scene. And I was like, wow, this shit looks good. What the fuck was that 2 seconds ago?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Shane Black's a weird director because
he just wrote it. He didn't direct this one.
Oh, he didn't direct this one?
No, he just wrote it.
Oh, okay. Well, then who directed it?
I just said who directed
Donner?
it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, actually, then I have nothing to say about that. Anyway, so I didn't sleep very well today.
It's coming through.
Yeah. I mean, I'm also gonna give it a 9.5.
Yeah.
Just because like this is my favorite buddy cop movie, and it's definitely one of my favorite Christmas movies. It's up there, like as far as buddy cop movies go. Like this, the first Rush Hour, and the other guys. Those are like the best buddy cop movies. You laugh, but the other guys is like
no. I love the other guys. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's not just a.
You haven't had your
movie.
desk pop
like,
yet?
Yeah,
I fucking love the other guys.
The Other Guys is a great fucking movie, and I don't like Will Ferrell. I am not a person that goes, "Oh, Will Ferrell, yay!" He's got like 4 movies I actually like.
Elf
is one of them. I do like him in Elf.
Step Brothers.
Step Brothers is okay. It's been
Cassie
quoted
made
so
us watch
fucking
Step
much.
Brothers like I don't know, a year ago, maybe
Yeah.
a year and a half ago. We were laughing our asses off, and Russell was just like tolerating it.
Yeah. Like it's funny, but like I don't know. It's
Dude, I haven't watched it in a long time, but I'm pretty sure I watched it like 50 times the year it came out.
Yeah, it and Talladega Nights, and I just like they're funny, but like I feel like the jokes are good for once. Like, yeah, and well, except for Step Brothers, because that's been repeated forever.
Don't touch my drum set.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, so 9.5. I got to give a second rating to Mel Gibson's hair in this movie,
Ooh.
which is a 16 out of 10.
Yes.
And that's my next goal.
I hope it is, dude. Don't fucking lie to me.
If you can get that fucking beautiful mullet, oh my god.
Yeah.
I gotta get ripped.
You
though,
got
because I can't.
You got like a year and 8 months, 9 months, or whatever. I don't even know how to tell time.
Until I'm his age.
No, a year and like 10 months to have that beautiful hair. Never mind. He's not getting it. Nathan, what do you got for your rating here?
All right. I'm going to make this quick because apparently my phone's needed by someone that's not me. So, this movie, I know that I enjoyed this movie way more out of the 3 of us. I was on cloud 9. I was elated. I love this fucking movie. This movie is my childhood. I watched the shit out of it then. I will watch the shit out of it now. This movie is a fucking 9.9.
Okay.
As far as nostalgia goes, it's just there. Is there things wrong with this movie? In my opinion, no, because I don't give a shit about camera work or any of that. I just love this fucking movie so much. I love this fucking movie. I always wanted Danny Glover to be my dad.
He's a
I
good
just
dad.
I just love just how he is, man. He's a great dad in this. Mel Gibson, he's just that fucking crazy uncle you want to hang out with when you're sick of hanging out with your dad.
Yeah.
I didn't really have parents. I just had movies. This was it. I fucking love this movie. 9.9. If you're not watching it, you should be. If you don't watch it, then go fuck yourself. That's all I got.
All right. What are we watching next week, boys? Are we continuing? Are we gonna do one more Christmas movie, or
Dude,
because it's gonna come out
on the 28th.
the week after Christmas?
Yeah, but I mean, December's Christmas. Fuck it.
Okay.
3, 6,
then-
7, 8. I was gonna say we can move on to Cyberpunk movies. I got 8 wrote down.
Well, let's talk about that later. Let's do one more. Let's do Die Hard.
Okay,
Let's get it in.
let's do it. Die Hard it is.
So we're gonna do Die Hard. Let's see if it's streaming on anything.
It's on HBO Max.
Is it on HBO Max? Okay.
Yes.
Nice.
Cool. So it's streaming on something. You don't have to buy another one. Our Christmas gift to you. That's going to do it for this episode of DQP Does. Thanks for listening.
Too old for this shit. I don't know. Is that what he says? I don't know. I don't feel this line.
I'm getting too old for this shit.
You just gotta say it, like not like an asshole.
This has been a production of the Drafty Quarters Podcast Network.